market's kind of wallowing around today. We really haven't seen too much economic news, trade balance numbers and some wholesale inventories, along with some oil numbers. But the market's really essentially, we're in the desert, folks. Dow is flirting with the 14,000 level, SPX flirting with the 1,500 level, and as I covered earlier in the week, these levels, these 1,000-point increments, tend to act as magnets. They tend to pull the market up to them, and then once we hit them, they tend to kind of restrict the market from rallying any further until we really see the next big catalyst, whether up or down. And I'll tell you, as you guys know, I think the next big catalyst for us is most likely down. We have sequestration coming in March, and we have the budget debate as well. It's not even going to be a debate. It's going to be a fight. Let's just be brutally honest. We've been operating without a budget for 3 years, and the House is finally going to call Harry Reid's bluff over there in the Senate. It's going to get ugly. It's already starting to get ugly, folks. We have aircraft carriers. We usually have 2 in the Persian Gulf. Just a little stuff going on in the Persian Gulf right now. And of course, we're going to be gapping an aircraft carrier. So instead of having 2 aircraft carriers over there, we're going to have 1. Pentagon's getting ready to lay off nearly 800,000 employees and nearly 400,000 temporary workers. That's going to be a shock to the economy, folks. And also today saw a very interesting article in the New York Times, which is all the news that's not fit to print. Rarely read the New York Times. But in addition to McDonald's seeing their sales dropping, the payroll tax is actually starting to really take effect. And a good article, which is very rare for me to say about the New York Times, but folks, the increase in the payroll tax, or the resumption of the payroll tax for Social Security, has really hit the folks where it's going to cause the most damage. Now, obviously, folks making more than $150,000, it amounts to about $2,000. That's not going to impact whether or not they buy a BMW. But people who are at the lower income scale, when you get hit for a couple $100 a month, that's the difference between, as the story talks about, date nights and going out to dinner and doing a bunch of other stuff, and not. And that's going to really retard the economy. It's going to keep this economy from going up, and we're going to see the debt ceiling, the budget, and the continuing resolution with sequestration all kind of roll up to one, and it's going to get ugly in March, folks. It's going to get really, really volatile. But good stuff going on in the model portfolios this week in our weekly options trading account. We've seen profits of nearly $2,700 on 3 positions, and the mission objective is to see gains of at least $1,000 a week per average, and we've been north of that. We've been averaging about $1,400 a week since inception of gains, and seeing a nice $2,700 gain this week. So a lot of good stuff going on at Top Gun Options. We are ready. Our sales are trimmed for what's coming in March. We have our volatility hedges on. We have some gold hedges on. We have a lot of good stuff ready to go. So if the market does decide to roll, take a couple torpedoes in the side and roll over, we're going to be fine. And that's the way you should trade, right? Discipline, risk management, and superior execution. And you can tell it's a slow news day when they're talking about French fries, burgers, and the winter storm. So obviously slow news day in the market, and not too much to report otherwise. So a little quiet on the Western Front, which is never a good thing, because then the market starts looking for something to happen or go up, and it's usually to the downside, but we're ready to go, okay? So have a great weekend. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and I'll talk to you all next week from San Diego. We'll see you.